श्रीमते निगमांत महादेशिकाय नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः. In Tirupavai, which is hailed as the essence of Vedic thoughts, and to which, in the acclaimed commentaries, our Purvacharyas have stated that it is even possible to get a very scholarly audience for Tiruvaimozhi, but it is very tough to find a scholarly audience for Tirupavai, is the topic of discussion today. In this beautiful Prabandham called Tirupavai, Andal, the hailed mystic poetess, seeks communion with the Paramatma whom she envisioned in Krishna alone. She makes no qualms about hiding her love for Krishna because she mentions about him and his pastimes throughout the Prabandham. So there is absolute consistency and coherence of Andal's love for Krishna throughout the Prabandham. She mentions of his birthplace, Mannu Vadamadurai Maindanai. She mentions about river Yamuna giving way to Krishna. Thuya Peruneer Yamunai Thuraivanai. She calls him the lamp for the entire community. She tells Ayar Kulathinil Thondrum Mani Vilakkai. She talks about the vanquishing of the demons by Krishna, where she mentions about Peimulai Nanjundu, Kalla Chagadam Kalakkaliya Kalochi, Pullinvai Kindanai. Remember, I am mentioning Pullinvai Kindanai for Krishna. Kandru Kunila Verindanai to mention Kapithasura and Mavai Palandanai. His achievement, she loves him. So his achievement of lifting the Govardhana is mentioned, where she tells Kundru Kudaya Viduttanai. His vanquishing of the wrestlers, where she tells Mallare Mattiya. Of him being the biggest fear for Kamsa, she tells Kanjan Vayittil Niruppennan inna Nedumale. The mention of Krishna's biological mother, which is Oruthi Maganai Pirandu. The mention of Krishna's foster parents, Oruthi Maganai Odithu Vadara, Yeraranda Kanni Yashodai, Yemberumati Yashodai, Purvel Kodantodila Nandagopan, Yemberuman Nandagopan. All this establish her consistency with Krishna Avataram. Of course, one of the very acclaimed scholars and my Sahapatis said, in a Prabandham, in a Pasuram, we will have to look out for what is the meaning mentioned in the previous and the next lines. Let us forget previous and the next lines. I am going to take the entire Prabandham. Vedanta Deshika tells Prabandhasaram. Throughout Tirupavai, she has been speaking only of Krishna. Parashara Bhatta concurs, where he tells that it is Suptam Udbodhya Krishnam. She woke up only Krishna, nobody else. Of course, a preliminary objection may come that she makes references to other avatars. They are just passing references, and those passing references also indicate only Krishna. Well, I have mentioned a few lines to substantiate her love for Krishna, but the topic is who amongst the incarnations, which is Nrisimha, Parashurama, Rama or Krishna, does Andal indicate in the line Pullinvai Kindanai, next followed by the next line, Pollavarakanai Killi Kalaindanai. While my answer is just going to be Krishna is whom she clearly refers without any doubt in this avataram, it is also a part in our discussions, in our Vedic discussions, to carry out Parapaksha Khandanam and Swapaksha Sthapanam. Now, one of my very learned Sahapatis did speak about Nrisimha Avataram. He did say that she may have referred, and with his point, he did say with lot of conviction that she mentions only Nrisimha Avataram. Let us go to the very acclaimed commentary called Subodhini by the famed preceptor of Sri Ahobilamat, who is the 44th pontiff of Sri Ahobilamat. He is the Aradhaka for Sakshat Nrisimha Swami. He tells that she will not mention about the old lion, Kedattu Singam called Nrisimha Avataram. She will mention only about the Ilam Singam Krishna. If a Nrisimha Aradhaka himself has to take the Paksha of Krishna, then imagine how much of strength this Paksha gathers. Now let's take the other point. My Sahapati did mention about Sharabha, who was killed and brought him intelligently under the category of birds. Sharabha may have wings, but he is still treated as an 8-legged animal. So he may not completely come into the category of a bird. One. And second thing, Kurattalvan mentions to defy the allegations that were put on Nrisimha Avataram by people who follow the Tamasa and Rajasa Puranas. Whereas the Satvika Puranas don't mention of any battle of Sharabha and Nrisimha at all. So Sharabha, Shalabo Babuva is the answer to them and not for the Swapaksha Sthapanam. Well, the words Ilam Shingam, Shiriya Shingam, all this some may construe to be indicating Nrisimha Avataram, but we should understand about similes and metaphors. Well, let's take Krishna, he's called Yadava Simham. Let's take Vedanta Deshika, he's called Kavitarkika Simham, the lion amongst logicians and the poets. Now let's take, for example, Kesari, Hanuman's father, he was the lion amongst monkeys. Well, in Krishnavataram too, if the word is Nrisimha, which my Sahapati wants to bring into the picture, while Rukmini wanted to draft a letter to Krishna, she said, Kale Nrisimha Naraloka Manobhiramam. It's true that this line indicates Nrisimha may be flawed for more than one reason. The other reason is Sharabha, who's treated as a bird. So Pullinvai Kindane need not indicate Sharabha, who was vanquished by Nrisimha. And the most important point is Killi Kalaivadu, to even pluck, is generally indicated for the head. The nails were of course used, but they were used to tear open, but they were not used for the head. Moreover, to use the word Polla to say that he was very demoniac in nature, we must also have statements which completely prove of them. Let us take this statement. Nitya Atma Avyayaha Shuddhaha Sarvagaha Sarvavit Paraha Dhattesa Vatmanolingam Mayaya Visrijan Gunan. He talks about the eternal nature of the Jivatma. He talks about the impermanence of the material body. He takes that the Paramatma is the one who spread everywhere. These are all qualities that are mentioned in the Vedanta, and you will be surprised. The statement that I had produced, that this is the meaning of Jivatma, is being mentioned by Hiranyakashipu to Rishabhanu in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So to a person who has understood the importance of Vedantic knowledge, to finally assign the word Polla needs a lot of referential substantiation. Now let's go to the Paksham of Parashurama. Now, coming to Parashurama, he is treated as an Aveshyavatara by many of our Acharyas, where one of Lord's qualities is induced in a Jivatma. When Andal has been aspiring for the communion with the Paramatma, I do not think she will be referring to an Aveshyavatara. Let us for a moment also think, to give solace to my Sahapati, that she may be referring to Parashurama Avataram. What does the statement read? Polla Varakkanai Killi Kalaindane. Yes, he did nib away, pluck away the head of a person. But it was his own mother Renuka Devi. So Renuka Devi, whose head was plucked, need not fit into the word Polla Varakkanai. Yes, he did kill Kartavirya Arjuna by taking away his hands. So that may not fit into Killi Kalaindane. One more thing. In Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya by Ananda Tirtha or Madhvacharya, here are the verses. Pura Atulo Nama Mahasuro Abhavat Varat Satu Brahmana Apa Lokatam Punaschatam Praha Jagadguru Riyada Harirjitaha Syadvi Tadaiva Vadhyase. So he tells, where Parashurama is speaking to Rama, he tells Rama, now that you have won over me, kill Atula, an asura called Atula, who is resting within me. So Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnayam, through the words of Parashurama, state that Parashurama had a demon who was resting in him, which gave him this anger. So Polla Varakkanai Killi Kalaindane, if that indicates Parashurama, then what about the demon who was resting inside Parashurama comes as per this Pramanam. So let us forget Parashurama for a moment. Now let us come to the Paksha where my Sahapati said that Rama is the one who is indicated by the line Polla Varakkanai Killi Kalaindane. To the solace of my Sahapati, most of the Acharyas who have written acclaimed commentaries on Ramayana in the 2000 padi, 3000 padi, 4000 padi and 6000 padi Vyakhyanam by Swami Periyavachan Pillai, by Swami Azhagiya Perumal Nayanar, by Swami Aya Jananyacharya indicate that Polla Varakkanai Killi Kalaindane indicates Ravana, thereby it indicates Rama who vanquished Ravana. Well, I would be very happy to support this Paksham if there were lot of references. Let me now bring one reference from Srimad Ramayanam. Sa pravishya purim lankam rakshasendro vibhishanaha Ravanasya agnihotram tu niryapayati satvaram. Vibhishana had to go and conclude the Agnihotra which was performed by Ravana. So if Ravana is treated as a Brahmana and thereby Agnihotra, Polla Arakkanai needs a lot of substantiation. Yes, Ravana did misbehave with the wife of Takshaka. He did misbehave with Rambha, Punjikasthala, Vedavati and many more. While his intent was to abduct and misbehave with Sita too, our Acharyas opine that his intent was not accomplished. It was she who with her grace went to Lanka. Tanichirayil Vidapputra Kilimuriyal, tells Alvar. And Pillalokacharya also supports where he tells Shirayirundavalin Yetram Sollitru. Now let us understand Ravana's intent while abducting Sita. Valmiki states, Jagraha Ravanaha Sitam Buddhaha Ke Rohinim Iva. Like Buddha, the sun, abducts the stepmother Rohini, did Ravana abduct Sita. His intent may have been Polla, but while he was abducting, his intent changed to that of a mother and son. Hence, the word Polla may not fit there too. Well, Parakala states, Madil Neer Ilangai Val Arakkar Talaivan Talai Pattaruttu Handan. And to support that, Swami Vedanta Deshika may state, Uittakkanayar Attiravan Arakkan Mudi Pattumoru Kottu Yena Udirtha Tiralon. But now let us again refer to Valmiki, who states, Tadapya Shani Sankashais Chinnam Ramasya Sayakaihi Evameva Shatam Chinnam Shirasam Tulya Varchasam Savrish Visrishto Mahavegat Sharirantakarasharaha Cheda Hridayam Tasya Ravanasya Duratmanaha. While Rama wanted to take away the heads of Ravana, they kept coming again and again. So Valmiki states that the arrow was the one which hit its chest. So Killikalaindanai, Pollavarakkanai, how will it fit? So neither Killikalaindan nor Pollavarakkan fits exactly into Ravana. Now let's go to Swam Pakshasthapanam. Let's go to Sishupala. Mahakavi Magha in Sishupala Vadham states, well, one of my sahapatis in Parashurama Avatara Paksham did state that is Jatyeka Vachanam. Now let us take what Magha states about Sishupala. He tells, Sa Vedi Yadasavako Saveko Jetavyas Chediraditi Rajayakshmeva Roganam. In fact, Sishupala is mentioned as tuberculosis. So that is also a group. So if he talks about Jatyeka Vachanam, then the colocin of cells under tuberculosis will also apply to Sishupala. Now let us understand what were the sins committed by Sishupala. He wanted Samyam with Krishna. He wanted to be like Paramatma. That is why during his birth, Sishupala had 4 hands like Lord Sriman Narayana. He wanted Samyam with the great Vaishnava called Lord Shiva, and hence he was born with 3 eyes. Mahabharata Shlokam substantiates this. Chediraja Kule Jataha Trayaksha Yesha Chaturbhujaha Rasa Bhariva Sadrisham Rarasa Cha Nanada Cha. So he tells, Vyasa tells that he was born with the Samyam of 4 hands and 3 eyes. That itself was a strict competition which a Jivatma should never give to a Paramatma. Next, he wanted to marry Rukmini, the incarnation of Mahalakshmi, despite knowing her love for Krishna. He went ahead with all the rituals as evident by Andal's own view. Kannalan kodittu kannirannai kaipidippan thinar nirunda Sishupalan teshadindu. Well, we have been said, Advesham, no disgust. Practice no disgust towards anybody. But he was the one who practiced disgust. Gopyaha kamat bhayat kamsaha dveshat chaityodayo nripaha states Bhagavata Shlokam. Is he the one who hated Krishna? Absolutely. This was Bhagavata Pacharam. How do we understand that? Sage Nammalvar states, Ketpar Shevishudu Kilmai Vasavugalai Vayum Shetpal Palampagaivan Sishupalan Tiruvadi. Now, my Sahapati who spoke about Bhagavata Pacharam in the context of Prahlada, though he was affected, at the end of the avataram, he seeks forgiveness for his father. Sishupala's acts were so high that nobody sought forgiveness from him. One. Second thing, he also committed a Bhagavata Pacharam. Today in Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, Parashara Bhatta states, Mahabharata Saratva Trishibhih Pariganataha Vedacharya Samaharat Bhishmot Krishna Matatvataha. in Sabha Parva in Mahabharata, when Bhishmacharya stood in defense of Krishna, Shishupala committed the offense of Bhagavatapacharam too. He said, Kohi dharmosti te Bhishma brahmacharyam idam vrutha yad dharayasi mohadva klibatvad na samshayaha. All your brahmacharyam itself is a falsehood. Do not lie, you liar. He shouted at Bhagavata. So he committed Bhagavatapacha. He wanted to have Samyam. Now, are these faults enough? I will give you another list. Who has given this list? What I am going to state. In Sabha Parvam, Lord Krishna himself tells the mistakes committed by Shishupala. While Krishna had gone to Pragjyotishapura to fight Narakasura, the entire city Dwaraka was attacked in the absence of an emperor by Shishupala. Second, when Bhojaraja's attendants were attacked by Shishupala, when Ashwamedha ritual was performed by Vasudeva, the horse was stolen by Shishupala. When Akrura's wife was going on a travel, she was abducted by Shishupala. He has kidnapped somebody else's wife. He wanted to marry the lady who was loved by Krishna immensely and whom she was in love with. He wanted to attack a city when it was emperorless. He wanted to commit as many sins as possible by abusing a great Bhagavatottama like Bhishma. He wanted to abuse the Lord Krishna himself 100 times. With so many faults by his side, he was the Pollavarakkan. Now, how does Killikkalindan apply? It was Sudarshana Chakra which was left by the nail laid finger of Krishna towards Shishupala where his head was chopped. So the verb of Killikkalindan and the object thereby which is the head is applied. So Samanadhikaranyam may go well here as how my Sahapati pointed. Now, Kashi Viplosha Chaidakshapa Dharanija Dvamsa Suryapidhana tells Kuranarayana ji here. And in another place, Villiputturar states, Meviya Pagaya Maitunan Mudiyai Vilakkudaikku Visi. So Villiputturar in his Bharatam also tells that his head he was beheaded. Second, it is also said that Sudarshana Chakra was used. Now coming to the last point. The nails of Nisimha were given a lot of importance from Nakastuti of Ananda Tirtha. Nails have been deemed very high in the last namam Sarva Praharana Yudha Om Namaiti. So Sarva Praharana Yudha does imply that the one who uses nails. But who is the one whom it indicates? Devaki Nandana Srashta. Even that Vishnu Sahasranama which points towards the nails was recited in front of Krishna. So it was Krishna with absolute references from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a Satvika Puranam, from the Suktis of Purvacharyas, and especially from Sri Mahabharatam, which refers that Krishna is the one who is referred to by Andal in consistency with her take on the entire Prabandham, and it is Shishupala who was beheaded by Krishna and nobody else. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.